When you diminish your light, it takes a lot longer to find it.
Hi, I've really missed you. We're back, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to show you. Last night, I was in my bed, and I was on YouTube. I was trying to watch one of my creators' favorite videos, and it wasn't out yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, why have I taken so long to post a video? Because I can only imagine what the people on the other side are feeling like. Okay, she's posting, and then bam, she disappears. Like, no, we can't do that. And so last night I was like, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to film. And I woke up to a comment from this wonderful being. And I was like, oh yeah, we get into the money today. We're filming today. How's your mental? We've made it through the first week of 2024. What are you feeling? What do you feel is in store? I am so proud of you. The fact that we're still alive and kicking is the biggest thing. I have something that is heavy on my heart today that I want to speak about. The importance of being heard and allowing yourself to speak up. Personally, I've always had a strong, big personality, but I've allowed others to come first. Like, just being real. If there was someone who was more stubborn or more fixed than me, I would just let them have their way because I'm not trying to start anything. But at the same time, we need to be heard. We need to say, no, I don't like this. We need to say, no, I don't want that. And it's okay to be soft and be sharp. Assertive instead of aggressive. If there's anything I want for women, it's to speak up. There are so many things that happen because we don't feel comfortable enough to speak up within ourselves. This year, we're standing on our self-respect because when you don't allow yourself to be heard, you're telling yourself, my opinion is not important. Theirs is more important than mine. Like, you're doing yourself such a disservice that in time, you're going to be so frustrated with yourself and just build up a resentment, possibly towards yourself or other people that you love, for allowing you to not be your true self. And I want your true self. So I'm going to go back inside. We're going to get ready and let's chat.
So I'm going to read you an excerpt from The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. This is the law of detachment. So the excerpt states, anything you want can be acquired through detachment, because detachment is based on the unquestioning belief in the power of your true self. Attachment, on the other hand, is based on fear and insecurity, and the need for security is based on not knowing the true self. Given that we've been talking about boundaries and speaking up and allowing yourself to be heard, tell me how hearing that makes you feel. When you know yourself and you know what bothers you, and you allow it to bother you for so long, you're going to get to the point where you speak up so it doesn't bother you anymore, or so whoever you're around knows that it bothers you until they won't do it again. So the danger of not speaking up for yourself is really all on you, because you go to sleep with yourself, you wake up with yourself, and honestly, nobody knows how much it affects you until it comes out. And you don't want it to come out in a manner where you feel out of control. You know what I'm saying? Where you explode and you're like, how did I get this far? It's because you did not do yourself the service of respecting your voice and how you feel. Because how you feel is always going to show up. No matter what you're doing, how you feel is always going to show up. I've been out with certain people, done certain things, and be like, yeah, okay, it was just a moment. When I realize that the moment keeps happening and I'm like, why is this moment happening? Like, this happened with someone else. What? Like, wondering why this is bothering me when the thing is because I don't like the thing. And I get more bothered by the fact that I can't speak up. Speaking up is literally what we have to do so we can move and walk in who we truly are. I feel a lot better when I am around people who invite my highest self, who invite me to just be myself. I know that I'm funny and I like to make jokes and I'm quirky and I just like to have a good time. And I think when you're around the right people, you start to realize how good it feels to be heard. That those people actually, when you're upset and you say, hey, I'm really upset, or this upset me, they don't bark at you. They don't question it. They're like, okay, next time I'm gonna try to make it work. This is why you see a lot of people will leave relationships, because they don't feel safe. They don't feel seen or safe. And that is truly crucial in our growth as a human, our evolution. For our growth, there needs to be some form of uncomfortability, just as there needs to be some form of comfortability. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the show, the limited series on Netflix called Made. If you haven't, there is a scene on there that literally touches my entire soul. It's a series about a single mother who is raising a child, and she's doing everything that she can to allow her child to have a good life. And at the same token, she deals with a partner who literally is so terrible for her, so terrible. And you watch as her confidence dwindles, as her self-worth dwindles. And in the scene that I'm referring to, I suggest you guys go watch it. It was a great limited series. Like, I want to watch it again, honestly, and I don't like rewatching stuff. It was when she got to the point where she felt like she tried, failed. There is no such thing as failure, because as long as you're still breathing, you still have the chance to go and do it again. But I know it's difficult when you feel like life is working against you, or your circumstances feel like they're just always bad. You know what I'm saying? In the scene, she's on the couch. She sinks into the couch. And if you've seen the movie Get Out, you know, when you go into the sunken place and you're like falling deep. She sunk into the couch and she ended up like all the way at the bottom, let's say like in the middle of the earth. And she just laid there. And in the scene, it was like her soul was like decomposing. It's frustrating when people are still navigating in protecting other people's feelings and opinions over themselves. They have to get to the point of frustration and anger to be heard. And that is when you lose it. You lose it because someone struck a nerve for the millionth time, and you're like, why don't they see that this is bothering me? Or maybe you told someone, hey, this bothers me, and they're like, yeah, whatever, it's life. If they choose not to listen to your boundaries, that is because they have been benefiting off of the fact that you don't have any. And when you get that sign, that means it's time to go, or at least start planning your exit. If you feel like you're not able to get up and walk away, you got to start planning that exit, because speaking up is crucial. No matter what you do, you're always going to be reminded of what you don't like. It's always going to pop up. What you do like, finding that is the challenge, because typically if you're not one who's like super open about your boundaries and like making sure you teach people how to treat you, they're gonna treat you whichever way. And you don't even know what it's like to have it good until you start speaking up, until you cut off that person who has been subconsciously holding you back from your blessings. And it sounds crazy, it's not easy, it's difficult, especially if you become a serial people pleaser and you've attached your self-worth or your just who you are to someone else's attention. Because this person gives you attention and makes you feel loved and makes you feel important, that is the problem right there, because you have it within you. And everybody's preaching self-love. They're preaching self-love for a reason, because it matters. When you start to love someone more than yourself, or start to fixate on someone's attention over yours, that's where the danger comes in. And that's why I'm encouraging you guys to speak up. There's going to be multiple tests, especially when you start speaking up. And when you start speaking up, you're going to be met with constant flack, or people like them just trying to push back on the fact that you're asserting boundaries and be like, oh, well, you didn't say anything, or oh, well, last time it didn't, or oh, well, that is going to happen. That is going to happen. You can't avoid it or escape it. And it's going to, number one, start to push you back into your people-pleasing ways, which is going to be, you're right, I didn't say it last time. So you're going to agree with them. You're probably going to let it happen again and again until you get to the point where it frustrates you so much, where you're like, yeah, it didn't happen that way, but this is who I am now. So you're respecting my boundaries now. You're listening to me now. Yes, it didn't happen in the past, but it's happening right now. I'm showing you how to treat me right now, because I am this version of me right now. Guys, I'm trying not to make it too chatty, but here I am at 10 minutes. It is so great to want people to be you and want them to treat you as you would treat them. But at the same time, not everyone is you. Not everyone has your heart, and not everyone is for you. They could not be a terrible person, but that doesn't mean you have to stay with them or let them diminish your light, because when you diminish your light, it takes a lot longer to find it. It's very easy for someone to diminish your light and make you feel small, but for you to find your light, it's so uncomfortable sometimes. You have to sit with and really not focus on judging yourself, because the whole time you're going to be like, why didn't I see this? Why didn't I do this? But that's the point. If you could see it, you would have jumped out of it. You know what I mean? So being careful that as you express your boundaries, as you speak up for yourself, not judging yourself the whole way and allowing that judgment to cast you back into something that you don't want to be in, because it happens. There are so many people who feel like they've wasted time in their life with someone who didn't understand them, didn't deserve them, wasn't treating them the way that they wanted to be, just to finally walk out of it and be treated the way that they wanted to be treated, like that, like clockwork. But I'm here to inspire and hold space. That's literally it. As I navigate life, if there's anything I could share, if it's even us just touching base and just catching up, and you talking to me like we're best friends, like that's what I want. That's literally it. That's literally it. Because the power that lies within you, you could say, oh, I want to be like this influencer, I want to be like this. I don't want you to want to be like me. I want you to want to be like yourself. That's it. I don't want you to look at my life and be like, oh my gosh, she's got this, she's got that. No, you can have this, you can have that. Same way. You never know how it is on the other side. Your grass is greener. In the next video, we're going to dive into some affirmations, because I want you to know and remember that you are loved and that no one can take away the power that you have that lies within. So thanks for getting ready with me. I'm going to come back and show you when it's all done so you can see like the end. But thanks for chatting with me, and I wish you love. Please go about your day with grace, and don't let nobody play in your face, okay? Are you seeing this soft glam? Like, tell me I didn't eat. I will see you in the next video. Bye.